Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 162. 3 games have been played since this game began. Let's just jump into things. Okay. We'll go down through everything. You know the motions. You know the drill. Oh, I didn't. Okay. We've got a bunch of different horror attacks. Flame Spirit 12 was attacked by Mind Slime Horror and killed. Gudu was attacked by a Float Cat Horror and survived. Let's watch this. What is this outstanding Gudu to survive a... I don't know. But he did it. What did he do? He iron skinned? I mean, I guess against a float cat, that works. That's armor negating, though. I bet he just mollywops him. That's gonna be the thing. He's got this dwarven hammer. He just mollywops him. That's the situation. Yep, he just smacked him. He just smacked him in the face. Because he had the dwarven hammer, and the dwarven hammer is a magic weapon, so he just smacked him in the face. That's funny. Alright, Ruax gets attacked by Defiler of Dreams. We can see that he wins because there's 2 attacks. Then he gets attacked by an Eater of Gods. Uh-oh. Yeah, this guy is sketchy scary. Decent HP. Quite good HP. Very high attack skill. Good strength. Good stats overall. Ethereal. Damage reversal. Bunch of these armor negating claws, a life drain. Oof. Ruax Iron Skins? Nope, he gets interrupted. And he gets hit by just 5 billion attacks. He slaps back, and he slaps back pretty hard, leaving Umor with only 9 HP. We do have a Ring of Regeneration, so that's nice. And the fucking Eater of the Gods routes and we kill him. Fucking shit. Good job, Ruax. E-Reader 1 gets attacked by 3 Bellymaw Horrors and dies. This is unfortunate because he was one of our only other Earth-Death crosspaths. Bunch of cloud trapezing going off. We talked about this last turn. We'll hit the horror marks, so... Or not horror marks, but the horror attacks. One of our Kusariku summoners gets attacked, dies. One of our cloud trapezers gets attacked, survives, but I think uses... Mist Form. That's not going to help you. Does a lesser air elemental. That didn't help. He just lightning bolts. Nice. Success. Okay. That does cost a gem, though. We've got another Cloud Trapezer. Gets attacked by 2 Spine Membranes and dies. Another Cloud Trapezer. 6 Bellymaw Horrors dies. Another Cloud Trapezer. 3 Horror Mantis dies. So, pretty decent ratio, honestly, overall. We had 25 Cloud Trapeze, and only 4 got hit with horrors. That's honestly not a bad ratio. One of those 4 survived, because he only went up against a Float Cat Horror. I think that's probably pretty lucky. It's probably pretty rare that these Gudus are going to survive without copious amounts of gear, which is kind of besides the point and undoable right now. So, but that's interesting. I think that that actually is cool. Now let's see what our results are, right? So, and in the interest of this not taking 25 years, we're just gonna click through, and if we see anything that's super interesting, we'll watch. So 5 Gudus make it on Resting Heights. They take out Lich and Vampire. Cool. 4 Gudus make it to Ivermark, so 4 versus 3. 2 Liches, 1 Vampire, and they are successful. 4 Gudus make it to Range of Shadow, take out 2 Vampire Lords. 4 Gudus make it to Modern Well, taking out a Lich and a Vampire Lord. And 5 Gudus make it to Greenwoods, taking out 2 Liches. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio, honestly. It's expensive as fuck, though. And bearing in mind that these are just resets, right? These aren't permanently killing these Liches or Vampire Lords. They're just kind of like getting them out of raiding territory, sending them back to wherever the fuck they came from, and making him wait, you know, a turn or 2 before they revive and come back. And it is not something that we can continue to do at the rate that we are currently doing it. So we got to find other solutions. Pretty decent blood hunting turn and a bunch of battles. So let's just pop on through. 3 Vampire Lords take out Troll Peaks. We attack in Droigar and win. We take Terrace Peaks. We get Hexwoods taken from us. We're hit in Delufe and win. Interestingly enough, what happens here? How does this happen? Guy is casting Raise Skeletons. We actually... So this... Motherfucker. Trying to kill those flies. This is the kind of like the dream, right? This is the... We've got 20 province defense in a place. If it's half-assed decent province defense, then a single Vampire Lord cannot do the job. A single Lich probably can't do the job. 2, sure, absolutely, easy peasy. Right? But a single one can't, and that is important. That means he has to concentrate his forces, as long as we have PD, which right now we're fucking scrambling on, unfortunately. But you see the plan, right? Like, if he has to consolidate his forces, that means he is vulnerable to things like what we've been doing with the 5 stacks of Air Gudus, rinse, repeat, right? So, you know, interesting. If only I was Hinnom, and I could afford really good teleport soul slay squads, that would be way better. But unfortunately, I do not have that option. I could get there, but with astral corruption up, it's just not a realistic possibility. So that's a fun, successful hit in Delufe. We get a hit in Utavania and lose. We take Eterol. We attack into Wood of Many Paths, and we lose. We are actually rebuffed, and annoyingly enough, we get tossed back onto Moon Sea. I don't really understand why the game does that, right? It counts. So if you have a province with a fortress on it, if you are sieging that fortress down, it counts. You don't gain anything from the fortress, but events that happen on the fortress happen to you, right? And it still counts until it is taken back. It still counts as a place you can retreat to, which is really weird. So we tried to get off of Relay's territory, had a battle, got pushed back onto Relay's territory. I don't think it really matters too terribly much. I don't think Relay has taken like the last couple turns. I think he's looking at the turns sometimes, but you know, it's just being an observer at this point. So again, and I apologized for the misclick last turn, and he was just like, yeah, whatever, don't worry about it, you know. So while this is annoying, it's honestly not that big of a deal. And again, once more, right, we kill a bunch of undead chaff that he brings with us, and the only things that really survive are the liches. Though interestingly enough, he does bring storm demons to the party on this, and we do kill those, so that's cool. Most of them, anyways. We attack into Barren Crags and win. It's a little bit of PD. Hit mag, take that. Get hit in Operi. And this is annoying because this is our Enkidu Shaman farm. Not like we couldn't do that in 20 other locations, but this is kind of in the heart of our territory, very away from the edges of Lunken territory, Hinnom Lunken territory, etc. So that's annoying, but it's fine. It is what it is. Just not enough in this type of scenario, right? So, like we were talking earlier, 1 Vampire Lord, 1 Lich, yeah. 2, nope. It's too much. It's too much. And it's so close. Like, they get over 2, 1 of them. It's just too much. That's Operi. We get hit in Sinkhole Swamp, lose that. We get hit in Simri, lose that. We get hit in Geta, lose that. We attack into Cloudbreakers, and we take that, right? So we pop a whole bunch of Long Dead here. There is an Adept of the Golden Order, a Raksharaja, Raktapatas. I think they try some life for a life spam. Maybe not spam. Nope, doesn't look like they do. Okay, so he flies. He's here to try to kill me. But either he doesn't make it in. I don't think he makes it in. I think I get surrounded, and then eventually his whole side just routs before anything happens. Oh no, he makes it in. He's right there. Did I smack him and he rout? Yeah, he retreated. I guess he failed a fear check? Because he didn't take a hit. Oh, that's weird. Been a while. Yeah, I mean, we do have fear, so it's entirely possible. And here's a note, right? We can see the effectiveness of the Firebrand in just always deleting a square, right? Whereas the Frostbrand, these guys have 15 cold resistance, right? The Frostbrand will kill whoever it's hitting, but it won't kill the other units in the square. The Firebrand will kill the unit that it hits and the other units in the square with it. It's not enough damage on its own to deal with a bunch of casters continuously summoning, but a group like this, it will chew through, right? Really, honestly, if I wanted to be able to, like, get through things, I need to do one of 2 things. One is Vine Shields, right? To stop the attacks around me. And that's not, obviously that's good from a defensive maneuver, but what we're really looking for is the ability to put fly on our people. Once everyone around you is Vine Shielded, if you have fly and you have like an attack rear command, your person will tend to fly away and try to hit some rear, which can lead to you killing summoners in the back row, etc., right? Or we need like double weapons, or we need quickness boots, that type of thing, right, in order to kill more things than are being summoned. But I don't think that that's really going to be a thing that happens. So that was Cloudbreakers. We win there. We attack in Ross and kill another Vampire Lord. Pretty good ratio for us on Vampire Lords this turn, in fairness. We lose in Eal. We attack in Underspring and win. We get hit in Obelshin and lose. We get hit in Moss Woods and lose. Attack into Halimire, and he actually left his units there. I don't know if he was just, wanting to counter raid the counter raid. But I didn't counter raid. Well, I did counter raid, but I did with some force. And this isn't really much of a battle or anything like that, but he hung around with basically nothing. And we slapped him for it. He put up Rush of Strength. Did he put... No, he didn't put Army of Lead on these guys yet. Fun. I don't think we get this Wraith Lord. The combination of ethereal and protection is basically too much, so I think he cuts his way out. Ooh, we're slowly doing. Shitting on us back here. What the fuck is this basilisk, and why do we have a basilisk here? What is happening? Oh no, dude has the box. Oh no, that's real bad. Bro, monster is... Oh. That's so not a good thing for us. It's interesting, though. Yeah, see... Oh, we did get the Wraith Lord. Cool. Assuming we don't get this vampire. Oh, no, we got... Yeah, we got pretty much everything. Cool. Alright, interesting. So we smash... we lose a fair amount of Urguards for that, so... I mean, that wasn't a complete wash, but... You know... Whatever. Really a big deal. So that was Halamire. We attack in Trotturn, and... I mean, we can watch this real quick, or watch part of it real quick, but it's a very simple mistake. I didn't have Iron Will on this guy. Not that that would keep this from ever happening, but it would definitely make it less likely to happen. And what happens is we get surrounded, as we are wont to do, and we start to just stick in and fight forever. But eventually, his guys are on... Where are they at? They're on advance and cast spells. He's got 2 vampires here. 3 vampires here. And eventually they start casting Control the Dead. So, you know, eventually they're gonna make it through a 21 MR. And they'd make it through a 25 MR, which is what we would have if we had Iron Will. But it would take a lot... It would be significantly harder, right? And it'd be much more likely that we just end the battle before they could do that. So we lose this Tartarian Spirit, and that's a problem. We do not want to lose tarts. Well, it's one thing to just have a tart die. It's another thing to have the tart stolen, which happens twice this turn. And again, that is, I think I did the same thing on both of them. I think I did not put Iron Will up. Body Ethereal, Astral Shield, Fire Shield. Oh, does he not? Oh, he doesn't have. Never mind. So that was not his fault. The Monstrums just have low magic resist to begin with. We get hit by an Enslaved Mine and just boom, pop, done. So that's unfortunate. He's got some Maguses running around, some high Maguses. We attack into, or we get hit in Delca, and we lose. Oh no. Okay, so this is actually unfortunate, right? We repelled an invasion force in Delca. Was it the last turn, or was it the turn before that? Or did we? I don't remember. It's been a hectic, like, 2 weeks. I've been on vacation and then had some family issues and stuff like that. So I've actually been playing in a while. We've been paused for a little bit. But I know we repelled a force on Delca previously, or did a great damage to a force. And he's come back with a plan, and that plan is Darkness Rigor Mortis. So Darkness... Oh, and one other thing. Darkness isn't going to affect the water elementals. So Darkness doesn't really do much here, but the Rigor Mortis really does. The Rigor Mortis means that our Ishibs are not going to come out of their fatigue, right? Because normally what would happen, normally we'd actually have a chance against this army, because the water elementals do a whole fuck ton of damage. And he is help compensating for this by doing something else. You can see up here, he put Army of Lead up, which isn't gonna do much, but it can sometimes do something, right? The reason why it's not gonna do much is because these guys do armor piercing damage, 20-ish damage, piercing through protection. These guys only have 5 health, so pretty much every hit from a water elemental is gonna kill anyways, still, even through Army of Lead. But it can save a few lives here or there, right? And saving a few lives is really important because the longer he can have the fight go, the more likely he is to wear these elementals down. And if he didn't have Rigor Mortis up, we would come out of fatigue. And again, our Ishibs are very good at priest spells, right? They are priest 2. They're very good at banishments, and we could actually have a very good chance of banishing the shit out of this army, right? But Rigor Mortis kind of fucks us on that. As it is, we still kill about half of the army, which is pretty good. Just not good enough. That's unfortunate. We're gonna have to figure out something to do there. We get hit in Andoria, lose that. We attack in Karnag, win. We attack in Ivanmore, win. We attack in Feral Woods and win. We get hit in Murius, lose that. We get hit in Caves of Madness. And this is unfortunate. So Caves of Madness is actually, it's not where we jumped this turn, but we jumped into Moss Woods last turn, right? And we were moving into Caves of Madness this turn. And I believe we were moving into Caves of Madness because I think there is a lab there, I think. And our intent was to move into that lab and jump again. Does that make sense? I don't know that that makes sense. I'm not sure I know why those guys were there. I could be losing my damn mind. I have to check the video. It's probably because I was trying to move them there to do something, to jump somewhere. I don't know. Probably a dumb move. I probably should have just moved them into Kailasa. But I don't remember what my plan there was. Anyways, we get hit in Caves of Madness, which is unfortunate. These guys don't have air gems at this point. It's depending on what they decided to do, maybe they could do something about that. But they basically missed form, aim, and then they run forward and they start doing a weird combination of Phantasmal Warrior and Final Rest. Which, I guess, in theory, if enough of them started doing Phantasmal Warriors, it might work out. Just to, like, hold them off, but they don't. They don't. Don't do it. We hit Erd and win. We are attacked in our capital, in and he tries to do the Lamashtu trick again, but it doesn't work. Deal. We get hit in Gladewood, we attack in Yellow Caves, we attack in Forest of Spring and win. We get hit in Alluvia, and we do lose here, but we kill the vast majority of the force, and we still have our fortification here, so we are still okay, at least for now. But he has a whole lot of undead that he can bring into this place, so we're probably going to lose Alluvia sooner rather than later, I would assume. Misfortune 3 in Neotha. And population and temple destroyed in Neotha. I didn't realize the temple was just... We'll have to put that back down. My bad. But to do that next turn. The fortification to Misty Bog is breached over here. The fortification on Moonsea is unharmed. Grainport is unharmed. Ultima Typhia is unharmed. Alluvia is unharmed, and Delca is slightly damaged. So what's going on here with this Grainport and Ultima Typhia stuff? Well, we can see we're used to kind of like skipping over the stuff after the unexpected events because this is normally our scouts getting discovered. And indeed, one of our scouts is discovered, but actually, a bunch of our vampires are discovered. So, we get discovered in Grainport, and we kill the PD there. So, we're now on Grainport. We get discovered in Holberg and kill some of the PD. So, what we're going to have to do, we can see here again, kind of same scenario, right? One lich, not enough. 2 liches? Maybe 3 liches? Probably, absolutely enough, right? This single lich killed a quarter of the forces here with a combination of just putting out hordes of skeletons, undead, and then basically doing Cloud of Deaths. If he had the support of other liches or vampires or something like that, he probably could have won. We pop on Ultima Tifia, or Typhia, and do the same thing. And then we get hit. I don't know how this happens. I guess the thing is if you get discovered, it discovers one at a time, which is very weird to me. I don't have a lot of experience with this type of stuff, but so Vampire 38 and Vampire 45 both get discovered in Lapintha, but they both fight separately. And the first Vampire 38, does jack shit. Vampire 45 does very well. So, that's very interesting. Alright, anyways, I think that's mostly it. Everything else is just kind of random stuff. What are we doing this turn? Mostly continuing to raid and counter-raid. Part of what we're doing is combining forces in certain areas, right? 3 vampires going into Black Alps, right? Still attacking with our tarts, but making sure that we have Iron Will up on them. I say that. I was relatively sure I had forgotten this guy's Iron Will. I don't know if I want to do Soul Vortex, but I guess. Whatever. Did I do it on this guy? I did not. God damn it. I thought I did. I feel like I did this and then forgot to save. My bad. So yeah, anyways, we're raiding, counter-raiding, combining some forces, and continuing to do more limited, more controlled cloud trapezes, right? I've been tracking this. We inched ahead this turn. Last turn, it was like 14 to 23 as far as battles, right? This turn, it was 19 to 17. So, again, I do think the hitting, and you can already see, we've gone through like 150 gems in 2 turns, right? When we're only making 54 gems per turn. So this is not sustainable for us. I think actually closer to 200 gems per turn, or in the last 2 turns. So this is absolutely not sustainable for us, but I don't think we need it to be sustainable. We just need to front load, kind of like take out these vamps, have them reset back, and then he's going to change his tune, right? He's going to put them together in stacks of, he's either going to like not put them in stacks at all, and he's only going to do onesies, which might still be just as bad for us because we are actually running out. I mean, we've been hit in a lot of areas, so we've got really bad province defense in a lot of areas, right? So that might still be a really bad thing for us, but there's also the possibility that he goes, okay, well, I can't do that anymore. Let's start using stacks of 5, or let's start using stacks of 10, or let's stop raiding altogether and start trying to brute force some of the smaller fortifications, right? That type of thing. Basically, we're just trying to get him to change his tune to make the raiding and counter raiding frustrating, so that we pressure him into either making bad choices or changing up his game. Because right now, if he were just to continue doing what he is doing, he'll win. It'll just take 20, 30 turns to slowly strangle us out. Obviously we would try to change our tune if that was what was going to happen, but still. So that is the primary thing that is happening this turn. We are hitting every single place that we have been hit. We are countering with either some Ishibs going out there, Tartarians going out there, Liches, right? Especially in and around we've got a bunch of Liches that we're just sitting on. Liches going out there. I think we're going 3 here and 3 here, right? We're sending a Tart over into Troll Peaks. Yeah, okay, he's got a higher wall. It's like, making that around a higher wall. Attacking into Ial. We're going to try to bounce the remaining undead off of Delka with a Tart and a bunch of Ishibs. Don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. These Ishibs have been slightly tweaked, just in case he throws... If he throws down another... If he throws down another Rigor Mortis, then we're probably effed. Let's check Delka real quick and see if he had any gems on anybody. Delka! I'll get everyone back. Ask these casters. Okay. No gems, no gems, no gems, no gems, no gems. So it's possible that he has a scout here or something like that to resupply. Entirely possible, but currently it looks like he has no gems, which means I feel way more comfortable sending in some water elementals. In fact, probably just doing Jubilee water elementals and a Tartarian, right, to kind of try to stymie the overall efficacy of his undead. And we'll just go from there. We'll see how it goes. This might bounce. We're also trying to relieve the siege of Alluvia, which is basically just some Liches. But he might send in more units from Jabal Kish, in which case, if he does, we're just sending in 2 Liches, but with Skull Staffs, right? So that they can potentially overpower the current Liches. But we'll see. A little bit of internal raiding. And then the last big thing, honestly, is, of course, this, right? And I think this is likely to fail. This is a relatively low commitment attack on Grainport. And this is probably a bad idea. So, here's the thing, right? We've got 150 odd Fiends of Darkness. These things are pretty strong, but they're significantly stronger in our territory. We're probably going to lose them, and that's a fair amount of Fiends of Darkness down the drain to be just losing. Now, we are summoning them every single turn, and we can get back up there pretty quickly, but it's not exactly a good trade. But there is the chance, very minuscule, but there is the chance, right? We've got just over 663, we're not counting this tart, 663 siege there, 41, so we're looking at 705-ish, 43? 43. Make any sense? Oh yeah, 43. Well, we definitely have to take that one. We can't leave him. 43. We're probably not going to make it. But, who knows? There's the chance. This thing has 750 wall integrity. I don't think it's very plausible, right? But my anticipation here. My anticipation is losing the stack, right? But the gamble is this. The gamble is that he goes, fucking L, right? Gotta knock this stack of this vampire off, right? Because the vampire is what he saw, I believe. Actually, let's go to Grainport real quick. Yeah, Vamp 49 was the one that he saw. And Vamp 49 popped this whole force with just these Fiends of Darkness, really. Because the Fiends of Darkness go up, and they pop the leadership in the back. And that was it, right? End of discussion. Done. So, imagine, if you will, 150 of them. Or more point of fact, closer to like 170 of them. It's very possible if he sends in like the surrounding stacks of undead to be like, well, shit, you know, thinking that he's going up against maybe a vampire or two with a very small stack of Fiends of Darkness, he might actually find himself outmatched, depending on what he decides to try to move the stack off with. That being said, I don't actually know what's in Grainport, and I don't actually know what's in Ultima Typhia. I do know that up in Sleepy Mountains, he had like 2,000 undead. So if he pops out with 2,000 undead in Grainport, then yeah, we're just going to lose all of this. But again, there is a possibility that depending on how things land, where things land, etc., etc., if he's using just these big stacks of undead, we could pop that, and that could result in just a mass wipe of 2,000 undead if he's not supporting it with anything, or if his commanders get caught out, etc. Now, here's the thing. This would probably be better. We would be better served, absolutely be better served, by keeping this force of Fiends of Darkness, counter-raiding with them, building up more to guarantee a single turn pop, as well as building up more Shademail Hauberkins, so that we could bring with us an actual effective fighting force, right? Couple of Enkidu Shamans for good buffs, maybe some actual fucking units, a bunch of Kidnids, etc., right? That's the actual play. But, you know. I'm not... Well, I guess actually technically it would be... We would need something else for Kidnids. Isn't there an item where you can make units stealthy? Isn't it like the Gossamer or whatever? I think that's False Army. No. Nope. I can't remember if there's actually a thing there. I might just be fucking making shit up in my head. Anyways, right? There is a better way to go about doing this than what we are doing. Is there a chance that this works? Actually, yeah, there is a chance. It's just a really, really small one. So, you know, yell at me for being stupid, but I'm also kind of tired and I'm making dumb decisions. Not just tired like right now, but tired in this game. I'm fatigued. Astral corruption kills me. It just hurts my soul. Anyways, aside from that, we're also trying to take Misty Bog, and this is hopefully a more controlled, more contained scenario. And from here, we're probably going to try to target high woods, etc., etc. And again, the idea being is the slow creep forward and slowly but surely pressuring and taking down objectives against Lanka. It's a slow win, though. It's a very slow win. And eventually, either he's gonna flip the tables on me, which is probably what's gonna happen, or I'm gonna force his hand and he's gonna mobilize these giant stacks. And I don't really know what I do to win these. I say that. I know what I do to win them. I'm just not sure that they're gonna work out that way. What I do to win them is stuff like Flamestorm, right? It's basically like sacrificing a portion of my army, sending out like a smaller chunk, right, to gem bait. Like, and Flamestorm is just one example, but there are other options, right? Wind of Death, or Shimmering Fields, or maybe not Shimmering Fields. What's the other one? Aside from Shimmering Fields. Earthquakes, etc. Like, fucking, that's actually, like, legitimate pain. Taking like, Enkidu Shaman and just tossing two of them out to the wind, and doing, where is it? Doing double earthquake, right? Like, that can fuck up these massive stacks. Look at how many Bandar are in there. Look how many Long Dead are in there, right? Like, that two earthquakes can really fuck up something like that. Obviously, if he gets out like a Army of Lead or something, it's not gonna be that good. But you get what I'm saying. The point being is that I'm hoping that we're not gonna have to pull the trigger on Sleepy Wolds or Jabal Kish. But I'm also gearing towards that inevitability. It is early fall. My god will come back in spring, depending on how things go over the course of the next several turns, right? If we feel like we are losing, I am going to start moving a stack, right? We're gonna pull Hal Bathria and other contingencies elsewhere, units from Pangea, etc., and we're gonna start marching towards while marches towards Sleepy Wolds. And the whole point being there, right, is if we lose out we have a force coming back in to try to rescue us, basically. Anyways, let's talk about some of our rituals and forgings for the turn. So this turn we're doing 15 Cloud Trapezes, toning it down from last turn. 5 more Summoned Kusarikus, more Curse of Blood, more Infernal Tempest, more Forces of Darkness, of course. We are actually throwing in a Lichcraft just to kind of gamble. We're doing a Mind Hunt, again, just to gamble. We're doing some reanimation over here. Reanimation's very low tier. I'm hoping that we can get away with it. I just want to put some more stuff in Hall Woods to protect it from potential little cluster groups, right? So fingers crossed there. And then we have one more thing that we're trying to do. We'll talk about it last, though. Forging wise, we're doing some amulets of anti-magic here. 2 Vine Shields, we talked about those earlier as being options. Earth Boots, because we need more Earth options, potentially if we're going to do things like Earthquakes, or just in general to have more Earth stuff. Shade Mail Hauberkins, 1 Shade Mail Hauberkin, 1 Ring of Regeneration, 2 more Skull Staffs. Again, I think equipping our Liches with some Skull Staffs is pretty nice, and we've had a good ratio on them so far. And I think we have a good ratio on Skull Staffs because I think Skull Staffs are relatively low tier, right? So, you know, it's just the game's Astral Corruption is like, yeah, whatever. We're doing a Firebrand on Ruax because I think at this point Ruax has so many horror marks. He's kind of like our god. He's just going to get attacked every turn anyways, so whatever. might as well fucking get something out of him until he dies. And we're doing another Demon Bane. So, got that going on for it. The last thing we are doing from a ritual standpoint is... we're casting Dispel. When we're casting Dispel, not with many pearls, honestly. We're only doing 30 pearls. And it's very possible that this is just pissing money down the well. This Umuap Kalu could die, lose all this gear that we put on him to kind of protect him. He's got bodyguards, etc. But there is also the possibility that Lanka didn't put Astral Corruption up with very much of an overcast. Okay? To my understanding, we take a look. Got Astral Corruption, 166 Blood Slaves. So, this is the cost. He has to put 166 in to even cast it, and then he has to put, you know, however much he wants to overcast. To my understanding on the changes like last year or whatever to blood globals, basically, I don't know if this is right the way that I'm saying this, but it's basically a 2-to-1, right? If you put in 2 extra blood slaves, that's 1 astral pearl, right? So if you put in 100, right, then that's, you know, 50 additional pearls. So you could beat it with a 80 cast, right? 30 for the dispel, 50 for the, you know, whatever. And here's the thing, he might have put up Astral Corruption at a pretty fucking high level. But he might have just thrown it up there. And if he just threw it up there, it is definitely worth it for us to take it down, because it makes life a living hell. And the other thing is it is I feel potentially likely that if we are able to take it down, I don't think that he'll put it back up. I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. But he's been complaining about it screwing him over too, right? So I think if we do manage to take down this Astral Corruption, that he might just be like, oh, all right, well, fuck it. That'll, you know, now I can start using all of my tricks, my mind hunting, my, you know, cloud trapezing, and that might actually end up being very bad for me. Just throwing that out there. But it might not end up being very bad for me. So I don't know, right? This is a crapshoot. It's very much a crapshoot. But again, I don't think it's not a safe decision, but I also don't care at this point. I want to win. We put 160 turns into this game. Obviously, I would prefer to win, but I also want the game done by 200. I don't want to take this further than that. I need resolution for EA Tetragrammaton in my life. In my lifetime. You know? So, we're being a little risky over in Grainport. Probably not going to work out for us. We're being a little risky here in Rafabolia with this Dispel. That might work out for us. We'll see. It's a shot. And then everywhere else, we're continuing to raid, counter raid, put pressure, and prep for probably one of these two. Although, again, the idea of a stealthy force going for Grainport or Sleepy Mountains, entirely possible. I wonder if... That's the thing. They're demons. They're not... I wonder... Is this bad form? Could I steal the game by going into the Sea Untamed. Oh, well, I can't take Vampire Lords in there. I'd have to take something else. The whole flying thing is the shtick, right? I'd have to take something else that flies. Do I have an Oogaloo over here? Obviously, I don't want to do this like right now. I'm just checking. Oh, I don't have. Do I have a? Yeah, I've got some Shambler skins over here. I just have like the stupidest epiphany in existence. Probably did. Hey. I feel like this is underhanded as shit, though, especially if Relay is not actually playing. We couldn't do it anyway. Not in a single turn. We could do it, just not in a single. I want some scouts over here. We're recruiting a bunch of Gudus everywhere, by the way, just as an effort to keep our air Gudu supply up. Oh shit! Obviously not. We don't want that. Oh. So, you know, that is a possibility. It's definitely that feels underhanded as shit, but we could try to like fly units out, right? We could try to make a whole bunch of Sea King's goblets, that type of stuff, Gift of Underwater Breathing, etc. All in the effort to get a large enough army to go under the water and one turn pop the Sea Untamed. It's definitely a possibility. That might actually be our most likely way to win. Alright, anyways, that's gonna be it for this turn. Sorry I got off the deep end there at the end. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.